save them, think that their life is going to change. They're living in La La Land. They're living in the Matrix. But I want to make this very, very clear. We are under spiritual laws, okay? Whether you follow God's laws or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you're an atheist, Islam, Buddhist, whatever, right? We are under spiritual laws that God has in place under the universe, okay? And there's a Bible verse, and I was reading this, I was like, dang, this is deep, okay? These last 4 years, guys, before I read this verse, these last 4 years, I've never seen, like, it's like every time I go on Twitter, someone videos going viral, TikToks, Instagram reels, where people are struggling. They're working 2-3 jobs. They can barely pay their rent. I mean, I've never seen gas this high. I'm in California. Gas is $6. Getting a gallon of milk for my kids is like $10. I mean, everything is sky high, and it wasn't like this when Trump was in office.
Hello, welcome back to Pearls of Eden. As promised, I'm back to do a reaction video. Many of you may not know Marc the Messenger. Many of you may. I don't know, but I want to introduce you to him. He is a fellow YouTuber, and he has a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions, a lot of words that he speaks. Some of them I agree with, and some of them I don't. But I do believe he's a man of God, okay? So I want to share with you his thoughts about Donald Trump and about people being involved in politics in the election, because I believe there's a shift that's taking place within him. He's becoming to understand how important it is, I believe, that we as kingdom ambassadors don't take a back seat to politics, but we're involved in having our hand in the marketplace politics. We are supposed to be in all arenas, because when we enter the atmosphere, we shift, we change. Daniel was a politician. Daniel was a man who the king revered, who honored and respect. He had influence. How can we as God's people want to have influence over what happens on the earth realm, but we don't want to be involved in politics? That's nonsense. And as Marc the Messenger is awakening to this truth, I do believe, I'm going to give my brother some time, but he said that he was reading the Proverbs where it says, when the righteous are in charge, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in charge, the people mourn. And he began to reflect on that throughout this video, where he says, you know, I don't remember things being like this under Trump. When Trump was in office, things were thriving, things were better. And now that, you know, a certain president is in office, things are just going downhill quickly, and people can't even afford to pay for gas and inflation and all of these things. He's having an awakening moment, right? And I think he's, you know, battling with that. And he says, well, you all, I'm not on Trump's side, but I'm just saying, you all, I'm just stating the obvious. How can you be on the side of, you know, President Biden when he is pushing all of these policies that go against the Most High's word? How can you say you're a believer, but yet you vote for these things, right? So he's battling, I think, within himself to see where exactly he truly believes we stand as believers in politics. So, you know, pray for him. God is so faithful to reveal to us the truth in his timing as we seek. The thing is, you've got to seek the wisdom of God, and he's so faithful to reveal to you as you humble yourself to hear the instructions of the Lord. But I want you all to take a look at Marc the Messenger and his thoughts and what he shares with his viewers. Take a look.
Dude's a weak man. If you have a leader of a nation who, like, look at the other nations, Russia, Putin. You know how America demonizes him? One thing that I noticed is that they praise the villains and hate on the heroes. Okay, Putin has his masculine. I may not agree with everything. He was telling people that the Jews, you know, Jesus was black. Okay, you don't, you know, and it's funny how when I say that I get hated on, but when he says it, everyone's sharing it, everyone's getting the message out, everyone believes it. Now when Putin says it, but it's good. God used him to say it. Congrats to him. Over there in Russia, they have images back in centuries ago that, you know, that back up his claim. You know, and you have also the leader of what's that country called? North Korea. You know, I don't know how to say his name. I forgot his name, but the North Korea president or whatever. Like, these are masculine men. Those men there are strong, and the women there, they follow the man. You know, they played their role. Here in America, everything is backwards. We're under an old weirdo sleepy Joe guy. We're under him. So look what's happening. Okay, so I mean, guys, it's crazy. I mean, people got to open their spiritual eyes. Remember, Let me read this verse one last time, guys. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. These last 4 years, guys, people have been mourning. Okay. The gas, the food, everything is sky high expensive because he has to support the Revelations chapter 2, verse 9 people by spreading, their, and I can't say that name because I'm going to be labeled, anti-Semitic, even though I'm Semitic. Okay, anyways, I hope you guys got blessed by this message, man. It's going to be very interesting. Okay. Now, who's most of the people who support Biden? Okay, remember, guys, I'm not voting for Trump, not voting for Biden, not being biased. But most people who voted for Biden, they're, liberals or more, they support LG, they support abortions. It's just wickedness, that's what they support. So Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2 is when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Okay, back in 2016 to 2020, life was, I was still young, but life was good. I barely had anything. I was working a 9-to-5 job, but I had enough to travel. I had enough for a lot of things. In this today's climate, that's not enough, especially here in California. So, but let me finish this verse. Sorry. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. Okay, these last 4 years have been tough. The American economy, the dollar bill is collapsing. And now, how it's going to collapse, a lot of people think that the dollar bill is going to go to zero. It's not going to go to zero. It's going to hyperinflate. Things are going to get more expensive. The dollar bills will become more, it's going to lose its purchasing power. So that's why you see homes over here in the Bay Area, millions of dollars for like a small, tiny 3-bedroom home that's old in the hood, in the ghetto. It's really, really bad. Now you got to understand, there's a matriarchal society and a patriarchal society. I'm saying those words wrong, but pretty much right now, the women are in rule of men. The women are in control. Just look around, guys. Like, when Biden got, guys, I'm spiritually in tune. In 2020, I want to say 2019, 2020, there was a huge shift in the woman that we're under today. When women are in control, when we're living in a society where women aren't governed, and they just, they could just live however they want, they're going to be like Eve. They're going to bite the forbidden fruit, and it's going to be lawlessness. It's going to be full of sin. Okay, and remember, spiritual laws. We are whoever's governing this country, whether they're righteous or wicked. Now, like I said,
all right, so there it is, you all. I hope that you all enjoyed hearing his perspective, his point of view. Like I said, let's keep this brother in prayer because obviously you can see that there's a battle going on of what he is truly believing. Should we be in politics? Should we not? He obviously understands that things were so much better under Trump's rulership than when President Biden, things are just crumbling all around us, and there's a stark contrast. I always say, guys, there's a left and there's a right. There's up and down. There's good and evil. There's a light and dark. We have a choice in who and what we select, you all. We have a hand in the pot. We have free will. There is God's divine will, and then there is his permissive will. We have got to pick up our rod of authority and stop being lackadaisical about spiritual things and have eyes to see and ears to hear. That we have to sound the alarm. We have to stand in the gap. We have to intercede for our country. And come November, we've got to be at those polls voting so that we can see the victory, a landslide victory. But nevertheless, understand this, that God is in control. All right, guys, I love you to life. Bye.